Welcome back to the school year, West Hartford teachers. We're so excited to have this online video kickoff today to our collaborative inquiry team model. In this brief video this afternoon, I'll share with you an overview of our collaborative inquiry team model for this year, what's the same, what looks a bit different this year, particularly our new exciting online collaboration tools for you to share information and join a collaborative inquiry team group. Last year, the collaborative inquiry team surveys told us that this model was effective for you as teachers. 97% of you told us that this model supported your professional growth and development. This year, we will continue with the collaborative inquiry team model with some new improvements. We have web-based tools which will support facilitators and their communication with you and your communication back with them. We also have opportunities for you to join multiple communities to learn and grow throughout the year. This is my daughter, Molly Jones. Please do not share with her, she's almost 13, that I've shared her picture with the entire elementary staff of the West Hartford Public Schools. Her story is an important one, though, for all of us. Last year, I shared with you that she was thinking of joining dance class. She hadn't danced in many, many years and was thinking it might be a renewed passion for her. She never joined. Instead, she reflected with me and realized that lacrosse was her new passion. She realized she lacked the skills and confidence to be successful on her town-wide or school-based teams. So she created what in essence was a collaborative inquiry group. She gathered a group of children from our neighborhood, called her friends from her town team, and even called in a lacrosse expert, a friend of ours who was a former lacrosse coach, to help them build their skills. When the snow melted finally this March, the group trooped out to the fields behind her house and practiced on a regular basis. She was proud that she made the top-level team at her school and regularly played on her town team. My little Molly, well, not so little anymore, my Molly had a way to think about continuous improvement for herself. And I keep that in mind as I'm thinking about my own continuous improvement and growth this year as an educator. So what does collaborative inquiry mean? This is familiar to most of you, but I want to reinforce that it's a cycle of continuous improvement, a cycle of conversation, reflection, and action that you take together as a team throughout the year. Many of you will continue with the same collaborative inquiry group this year. As such, you may start off reflecting, where did you end the year? What were your needs? You'll determine a new plan of action for yourselves this year. Other teams are starting at exploration. Wherever you start, it's important that your team develop a plan of action together and follow it and refine it throughout the year. One of the questions you may have, especially for those of you with a new topic, is who will facilitate? A facilitator is someone with a passion about a topic, a fellow learner. They're not a presenter or necessarily an expert. They support your team's process and structure. They keep you organized. They also provide the Office of Curriculum Instruction and Assessment, a contact person, a point person for your collaborative inquiry team for communication and any necessary items. An important responsibility of a facilitator or a person with a brand new idea for a CIT in the next 2 weeks is to create a Google community and collaborative inquiry team proposal on a Google site. No protracts needed. So what do I need to do? 3 steps. First, find a group with a shared inquiry interest. While we're not all together today to be able to meet in groups to do so, you will have a way to browse online through our collaborative inquiry team site. This site will be populated with your areas of interest over the next 2 weeks. As these sites become listed on our collaborative inquiry site, all you need to do is join a community and click on an event to say, yes, I'm planning to join your next meeting. Lastly, by October 2nd, you'll need to inform your evaluator of your CIT selection. So how do I do this today or over the next 2 weeks? You're going to go to the West Hartford Public Schools website homepage to faculty and staff. It brings you to our menu of options. At the bottom right, you'll see a new one called Collaborative Inquiry Site. You're going to land on the Collaborative Inquiry site. In order to access the details of this site, it's important to make sure that you've already logged in to google.com. You've already logged into your West Hartford Public Schools Google site. You'll notice under this tab several tutorials that can help you with browsing in the future, help you with creating a CIT proposal. But for now, I'm going to share with you a list of the current proposals. These are samples and actual proposals created by some of your colleagues across the district. This will become a much longer list over the course of the next 2 weeks as you enter your ideas. As I'm browsing, I'm looking for areas of interest. One of the great features of this Collaborative Inquiry Team site is the ability of looking at proposals sorted by categories and by grade level. So I'm going to go ahead and sort by grade level. So I'm focusing on the pre-K to 12 or pre-K to 5 areas. As I look through the proposals created thus far, I can see a few that might be of interest. One of them is a math lesson study proposal created by my colleague Carol. She told me about it. It sounds interesting. I'm curious to see more. All I need to do is click on this link to her Google community. Carol set up a Google community which allows me and colleagues across the district to find out what she's learned, to see what she has planned for her Collaborative Inquiry team. The benefit of these Google communities is that you can join multiple communities over the course of the year while participating in only one or perhaps two Collaborative Inquiry teams. You can keep your learning going in multiple areas while still meeting with a collaborative team focused in one area. So I've already joined Carol's team as we discussed it earlier this week. One of the pieces I would like to highlight for you is this gearbox at the top. This gearbox allows you to invite other people to join, to share this community more broadly, and to leave the community if you choose to do so. I'm going to stay with Carol's community for now. I'm curious to see what happens. Another important piece to notice when you're in this part of the site is this notification button. This notification is an excellent feature if you decide you would like ongoing communications with a community. So if my notifications are on, I'm going to get calendar reminders, updates to posts and discussion feeds with this community. If I join multiple communities, I'm going to be getting a lot of emails and reminders to my phone throughout the course of a day, hopefully not in the wee hours of the night, with information from other folks in Google communities. So I'm going to turn the notifications off unless it's my Collaborative Inquiry team. That's going to be the #1 Google community I'm going to want updates from. I can come back and check Carol's site at any time. So I'd like to go back and take a look at some of the other communities out there. The easiest way I've found to do so in my learning about this tool is to go back to that Collaborative Inquiry list. I'm going to go back to this tab at the top and head back in. I go back to the site and I see that there's several other topics of interest, other communities I might want to join. Maybe for my Collaborative Inquiry team, maybe just something to keep up with over the course of the year. I noticed that Amy and Sharon have proposed an instructional practice, instructional framework session. That looks interesting. Now this is a community that I haven't joined yet. So I'm reading the description. It sounds interesting and I'm noticing I want to check out who else is a member. That really might be a factor for me. If I know that some of my colleagues here in our office have already joined the community, maybe I can get updates from them. But I'm going to check it out. So I'm going to head over to here in the members section and see who's already a member. Once I've checked that out, I can head back into the main community and I decide I want to join it. There is a red tab here at the top right corner of the site and I can join up with that community. Now this is something I'm thinking of doing for my Collaborative Inquiry team. I'm going to turn the notifications on because I want to make sure to get updates from Amy and Sharon on their meeting times, locations, perhaps even what to bring to the first session. Another important piece, once you've landed and decided on that Collaborative Inquiry topic out of all these communities, is to head to the right-hand side of a community and look for an upcoming events box. This is where you're going to tell those facilitators that you definitely plan to join the group. All you need to do is click yes. There's a maybe option and a no option. But this yes tells that Collaborative Inquiry Team facilitator that you're planning to come on October 14th and join their team. I've looked through a lot of these proposals thus far, and there are new ones that will emerge every day for the next 2 weeks. We're asking that proposals be entered into the system by Friday, 9/11. This way teachers will have opportunity over the course of the next 2 weeks to view sites, to make decisions, and join communities. If you don't see what you want in the list below, scroll up to the top of the Collaborative Inquiry site and click on Google Communities. There are 2 steps to create your proposal.